Pendidikan. Seronok kan? Dekat sini ada ramai cikgu berpengalaman yang sedia dan bersemangat untuk mengajar. Tak kiralah di mana-mana. Ada soalan ke tu? Tanya je cikgu terus. Ini kan tuition dalam talian. Skor dalam peperiksaan dengan bantuan cikgu tuition. Nota ada, video ada, soalan latih tubi peperiksaan ada dan banyak lagi tau. Tengok tu, macam-macam aktiviti dan projek ada untuk anda sertai. Kuasai bahasa Inggeris dengan aktiviti bercerita dan menulis. Berlakon di bengkel bercerita. Atau menulis esei dengan hebat dalam bahasa Inggeris. Dunia sains, teknologi dan matematik juga tak bosan dengan aktiviti yang sangat interaktif. Komuniti iKelas ni besar. Inilah masanya nak belajar sama-sama dengan kawan baru secara dalam talian. Tak kiralah sama ada nak berbincang pasal subjek baru atau cabar mereka dengan kuis mingguan. Tengok siapa boleh jadi nombor 1. Belajar secara dalam talian boleh jadi seronok dan mudah. Kalau anda belajar dengan iKelas, barulah boleh jadi peneraju masa depan. Terukai dunia belajar lagi seronok. iKelas menanti anda.
Cabaran yang saya hadapi bila cakap bahasa Inggeris ialah kadang-kadang saya tersalah tata bahasa bila cakap dengan kawan. So, rasa macam malu sikit. Saya selalu baca buku. Saya juga menonton video yang dipaparkan di Maxis eKelas.
eKelas mempunyai nota yang disediakan oleh cikgu pakar dan bengkel live yang seronok dan tidak membosankan. Lari iKelas.com.my sekarang.
Jangan malu-malu. Cuba iKelas dulu.
And I'm from Sungai Buloh and I study in SMK Bandar Sri Damansara 2 and I'm 14. I learned how to build my self-confidence and also to not be shy.
I learned the importance of storytelling and techniques on how to write essays. It was fun and exciting.
I learned a lot of things. One of them is how to make storytelling more exciting. I also learned how to set the mood and how to express your voice when telling the stories to people.
Maxis eKelas ini adalah satu projek yang kita memang turun padang. Kita membantu student daripada golongan B40. Jadi itu adalah satu yang bermakna yang untuk kita boleh berikan kepada masyarakat.
So at Guru Lab, we are looking at how to use data analytics to be able to inform our tutors to be able to deliver the best English lessons, something that is as catered as possible to the level of the learners that come to us.
So far from what I've seen, the students are really enjoying themselves. There are great facilitators, so they learn a lot from having the real experience of doing storytelling, and it's very step by step.
Zakia binti Muhammad. I'm currently teaching English in SK Sementara Klang. I think the program and the workshop for today is very exciting, fun, and the pupils really enjoyed it.
From the eKelas, I think they can having different methods of learning English. Of course, they very excited to the new ways of learning because of the gadget, because of the internet, and from the eKelas, I think they will love the subject more than the usual practice in the classroom.
As my opinion, this workshop taught them the confidence level to talk in public. And I think it's very good because they need the improvisation on how to talk in front of people.
I really like the storytelling because just now the speaker actually teach a lot of gesture on how to present a story, and also it boosts our students' confidence in the public speaking.
Program iKelas sebenarnya sangat dekat dengan hati saya sebab ini adalah program untuk kita memberi sumbangan kepada masyarakat, dan Maxis memangnya begitu bersemangat dalam menyumbang ke arah pendidikan.
Nak dunia belajar yang lagi seronok tak? Jom masuk iKelas. Dengan iKelas nak belajar secara digital di mana-mana pun mudah dan mengujakan. Seronok kan? Dekat sini ada ramai cikgu berpengalaman yang sedia dan bersemangat untuk mengajar. Tak kiralah di mana-mana. Ada soalan ke tu? Tanya je cikgu terus. Ini kan tuition dalam talian. Skor dalam peperiksaan dengan bantuan cikgu tuition. Nota ada, video ada, soalan latih tubi peperiksaan ada dan banyak lagi tau. Tengok tu, macam-macam aktiviti dan projek ada untuk anda sertai. Kuasai bahasa Inggeris dengan aktiviti bercerita dan menulis. Berlakon di bengkel bercerita. Atau menulis esei dengan hebat dalam bahasa Inggeris. Dunia sains, teknologi dan matematik juga tak bosan dengan aktiviti yang sangat interaktif. Komuniti iKelas ni besar. Inilah masanya nak belajar sama-sama dengan kawan baru secara dalam talian. Tak kiralah sama ada nak berbincang pasal subjek baru atau cabar mereka dengan kuis mingguan. Tengok siapa boleh jadi nombor 1. Belajar secara dalam talian boleh jadi seronok dan mudah kalau anda belajar dengan iKelas. Barulah boleh jadi peneraju masa depan. Terukai dunia belajar lagi seronok. iKelas menanti anda.
Cabaran yang saya hadapi bila cakap bahasa Inggeris ialah kadang-kadang saya tersalah tata bahasa bila cakap dengan kawan. So, rasa macam malu sikit. Saya selalu baca buku. Saya juga menonton video yang dipaparkan di Maxis eKelas.
eKelas mempunyai nota yang disediakan oleh cikgu pakar dan bengkel live yang seronok dan tidak membosankan. Lari eKelas.com.my sekarang.
Jangan malu-malu. Cuba iKelas dulu.
Siti and I'm from Sungai Buloh and I study in SMK Bandar Sri Damansara 2 and I'm 14. I learned how to build my self-confidence and also to not be shy.
I learned the importance of storytelling and techniques on how to write essays. It was fun and exciting.
I learned a lot of things. One of them is how to make storytelling more exciting. I also learned how to set the mood and how to express your voice when telling the stories to people.
Maxis eKelas ini adalah satu projek yang kita memang turun padang. Kita membantu student daripada golongan B40. Jadi itu adalah satu yang bermakna yang untuk kita boleh berikan kepada masyarakat.
So at Guru Lab, we are looking at how to use data analytics to be able to inform our tutors to be able to deliver the best English lessons, something that is as catered as possible to the level of the learners that come to us.
So far, from what I've seen, the students are really enjoying themselves. There are great facilitators, so they learn a lot from having the real experience of doing storytelling, and it's very step by step.
Hi, my name is Fatia binti Muhammad. I'm currently teaching English in SK Sementar, Klang. I think the program and the workshop for today is very exciting, fun, and the pupils really enjoyed it.
From the eKelas, I think they can having different methods of learning English. Of course, they very excited with the new ways of learning because of the gadget, because of the internet, and from the eKelas, I think they will love the subject more than the usual practice in the classroom.
As my opinion, this workshop taught them the confidence level to talk in public. And I think it's very good because they need the improvisation on how to talk in front of people.
I really like the storytelling because just now the speaker actually teach a lot of gesture on how to present a story, and also it boosts our students' confidence in the public speaking.
Program eKelas sebenarnya sangat dekat dengan hati saya sebab ini adalah program untuk kita memberi sumbangan kepada masyarakat, dan Maxis memangnya begitu bersemangat dalam menyumbang ke arah pendidikan.
Nak dunia belajar yang lagi seronok tak? Ha! Jom masuk eKelas! Dengan eKelas, nak belajar secara digital di mana-mana pun mudah dan mengujakan. Seronok kan? Di Kat sini ada ramai cikgu berpengalaman yang sedia dan bersemangat untuk mengajar. Tak kiralah di mana-mana. Ada soalan ke tu? Tanya je cikgu terus. Ini kan tuition dalam talian. Skor dalam peperiksaan dengan bantuan cikgu tuition. Nota ada, video ada, soalan latih tupi peperiksaan ada dan banyak lagi tau. Tengok tu, macam-macam aktiviti dan projek ada untuk anda sertai. Kuasai bahasa Inggeris dengan aktiviti bercerita dan menulis. Berlakon di bengkel bercerita. Atau menulis esei dengan hebat dalam bahasa Inggeris. Dunia sains, teknologi dan matematik juga tak bosan dengan aktiviti yang sangat interaktif. Komuniti iKelas ni besar. Inilah masanya nak belajar sama-sama dengan kawan baru secara dalam talian. Tak kiralah sama ada nak berbincang pasal subjek baru atau cabar mereka dengan kuis mingguan. Tengok siapa boleh jadi nombor 1. Belajar secara dalam talian boleh jadi seronok dan mudah kalau anda belajar dengan iKelas. Barulah boleh jadi peneraju masa depan. Terukai dunia belajar lagi seronok. iKelas menanti anda.
Cabaran yang saya hadapi bila cakap bahasa Inggeris ialah kadang-kala saya tersalah tata bahasa bila cakap dengan kawan. So, rasa macam malu sikit. Saya selalu baca buku. Saya juga menonton video yang dipaparkan di Maxis eKelas.
eKelas mempunyai nota yang disediakan oleh cikgu pakar dan bengkel live yang seronok dan tidak membosankan. Lari eKelas.com.my sekarang.
Jangan malu-malu. Cuba ikhlas dulu.
And I'm from Sungai Buloh and I study in SMK Bandar Seri Damansara 2 and I'm 14. I learned how to build my self-confidence and also to not be shy.
I learned the importance of storytelling and techniques on how to write essays. It was fun and exciting.
I learned a lot of things. One of them is how to make storytelling more exciting. I also learned how to set the mood and how to express your voice when telling the stories to people.
Maxis eKelas ini adalah satu projek yang kita memang turun padang. Kita membantu student daripada golongan B40. Jadi itu adalah satu yang bermakna yang untuk kita boleh berikan kepada masyarakat.
So at Guru Lab, we are looking at how to use data analytics to be able to inform our tutors to be able to deliver the best English lessons, something that is as catered as possible to the level of the learners that come to us.
So far, from what I've seen, the students are really enjoying themselves. There are great facilitators, so they learn a lot from having the real experience of doing storytelling, and it's very step by step.
Hi, my name is Fatia binti Muhammad. I'm currently teaching English in SK Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia. I think the program and the workshop for today is very exciting, fun, and the pupils really enjoyed it.
From the eKelas, I think they can having different methods of learning English. Of course, they very excited with the new ways of learning because of the gadget, because of the internet, and from the eKelas, I think they will love the subject more than the usual practice in the classroom.
As my opinion, this workshop taught them the confidence level to talk in public. And I think it's very good because they need the improvisation on how to talk in front of people.
I really like the storytelling because just now the speaker actually teach a lot of gesture on how to present a story, and also it boosts our students' confidence in the public speaking.
Program iKelas sebenarnya sangat dekat dengan hati saya sebab ini adalah program untuk kita memberi sumbangan kepada masyarakat, dan Maxis memangnya begitu bersemangat dalam menyumbang ke arah pendidikan.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Can you all hear me? Maybe some thumbs up on the chat. All right, that's good. Okay. Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome all to Maxis eKelas 2023 HIP StoryFest launch event. We are still in Hari Raya season, so I would like to take this opportunity to wish those of you who are celebrating Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Hope you had a great time celebrating with your loved ones. We will start in, say, 5 minutes. Yeah, so please make sure you are seated comfortably. Please note that the microphone function will be disabled throughout the session to ensure a smoother event. Nonetheless, feel free to use the chat. We would love to hear your thoughts and questions, so do interact with us.
Psst, nak dunia belajar yang lagi seronok tak? Jom masuk iKelas. Dengan iKelas nak belajar secara digital di mana-mana pun mudah dan mengujakan. Seronok kan? Dekat sini ada ramai cikgu berpengalaman yang sedia dan bersemangat untuk mengajar. Tak kiralah di mana-mana. Ada soalan ke tu? Tanya je cikgu terus. Ini kan tuition dalam talian. Skor dalam peperiksaan dengan bantuan cikgu tuition. Nota ada, video ada, soalan latih tubi peperiksaan ada dan banyak lagi tau. Tengok tu, macam-macam aktiviti dan projek ada untuk anda sertai. Kuasai bahasa Inggeris dengan aktiviti bercerita dan menulis. Berlakon di bengkel bercerita. Atau menulis esei dengan hebat dalam bahasa Inggeris. Dunia sains, teknologi dan matematik juga tak bosan dengan aktiviti yang sangat interaktif. Komuniti iKelas ni besar. Inilah masanya nak belajar sama-sama dengan kawan baru secara dalam talian. Tak kiralah sama ada nak berbincang pasal subjek baru atau cabar mereka dengan kuis mingguan. Tengok siapa boleh jadi nombor 1. Belajar secara dalam talian boleh jadi seronok dan mudah. Kalau anda belajar dengan iKelas, barulah boleh jadi peneraju masa depan. Terukai dunia belajar lagi seronok. iKelas menanti anda.
Cabaran yang saya hadapi bila cakap bahasa Inggeris ialah kadang-kadang saya tersalah tata bahasa bila cakap dengan kawan. So, rasa macam malu sikit. Saya selalu baca buku. Saya juga menonton video yang dipaparkan di Maxis eKelas.
eKelas mempunyai nota yang disediakan oleh cikgu pakar dan bengkel live yang seronok dan tidak membosankan. Lari eKelas.com.my sekarang.
Jangan malu-malu. Cuba ikhlas dulu.
And I'm from Sungai Buloh and I study in SMK Bandar Sri Damansara 2 and I'm 14. I learned how to build my self-confidence and also to not be shy.
I learned the importance of storytelling and techniques on how to write essays. It was fun and exciting.
I learned a lot of things. One of them is how to make storytelling more exciting. I also learned how to set the mood and how to express your voice when telling the stories to people.
Maxis eKelas ini adalah satu projek yang kita memang turun padang. Kita membantu student daripada golongan B40. Jadi itu adalah satu yang bermakna yang untuk kita boleh berikan kepada masyarakat.
So at Guru Lab, we are looking at how to use data analytics to be able to inform our tutors to be able to deliver the best English lessons, something that is as catered as possible to the level of the learners that come to us.
So far from what I've seen, the students are really enjoying themselves. There are great facilitators, so they learn a lot from having the real experience of doing storytelling, and it's very step by step.
Binti Muhammad. I'm currently teaching English in SK Sementara Klang. I think the program and the workshop for today is very exciting, fun, and the pupils really enjoyed it.
From the eKelas, I think they can having different methods of learning English. Of course, they very excited with the new ways of learning because of the gadget, because of the internet, and from the eKelas, I think they will love the subject more than the usual practice in the classroom.
As my opinion, this workshop taught them the confidence level to talk in public. And I think it's very good because they need the improvisation on how to talk in front of people.
I really like the storytelling because just now the speaker actually teach a lot of gesture on how to present a story, and also it boosts our students' confidence in the public speaking.
Program iKelas sebenarnya sangat dekat dengan hati saya sebab ini adalah program untuk kita memberi sumbangan kepada masyarakat, dan Maxis memangnya begitu bersemangat dalam menyumbang ke arah pendidikan.
Nak dunia belajar yang lagi seronok tak?
All right. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Herman. And I am your host, your moderator, your MC for today. First of all, I would like to thank you for your time out of your busy schedules to attend this event for Maxis eKelas HIP StoryFest 2023 launch and competition briefing. We are thrilled to have all of you, our dearest teachers, cikgu-cikgu, and we hope that you enjoy the session, that you so that you have something to bring back to your students. We have an exciting lineup of events planned for you. We have panel discussions on sustainable development goals, an online workshop with KL Shakespeare, sharing sessions and briefing on the competitions. So teachers, please stay tuned until the end of the session. Besides the certificate of attendance, we have exciting news to share with you. So before we begin, just a gentle reminder, since we are still on the webinar phase, online phase. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask the questions in the Q&A section. Our team will compile and address the questions by the end of the session, if time permits, or else we'll be reaching out directly to you. Don't worry. Okay, now, I speak, I can with Maxis eKelas. Above all, stay comfortable, stay connected, and stay to learn. Okay, now, since we're still in the online phase, guys, we still need to break the ice, right? So share in the chat section. I can read this, I can see, I saw a lot of teachers from all the states in Malaysia, right? In the chat section, right? The first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word, right? So there's no right, no wrong answers, just anything that pops up. Okay, so the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear this word, Hari Raya. What do you think of Hari Raya? Come on. Oh, ketupat, food, family, duit raya. Wait. Festive. Food, ketupat, fasting, fireworks, mom, nasi himpe. Oh, all right. Now we have about 458 teachers in here. Friends, festive, open house. Apa lagi? What else? Rumah terbuka, traffic jam. Yes, traffic jam is interesting. Cholesterol is uploading. Don't tell me that. Lemang gathering, fireworks, balik kampung, kek lapis. Oh, cikgu, kek lapis ni must be from Sarawak, I suppose. Right, kek batik. Heat stroke, please drink a lot of water. Lagu raya, baju raya. Food poisoning, tak nak lah. Right, balik kampung, nasi dagang must be from Terengganu. Okay, now moving on. Okay, all right. I can see all of you. Wow, my merchant happiness. Now, the second word. Let's try the second word. All right. What do you think when you see this? Highly immersive programs. Okay, Raya dan. Okay, English. Public speaking. Apa? Oh, community participation, creativity, interactive, storytelling, outreach, language. Whoa, pupils. Upgrade, fill and record. Apa tu? Alamak, this is too fast. All right, have fun. All teachers and students. Out of class program. Yes, fun and exciting. All right, come on, teachers. 466 in here. Come on. All right. Do we have some of the teachers who are joining us from the YouTube live? Ke? Fun learning involves all, right? A lot of program. I hope all interesting program. Fun learning. Stress. Janganlah stress. Maxis eKelas best. Thank you, Teacher Patrick. All right. Okay. Oh, we have 150 plus. All right. Okay. Now moving on. Confident to speak. I think we'll make do with 2. Or are we going to continue with the third one? I'm going to continue with the third one. Maybe try the third one. Okay, last one. Fun learning. What do you guys think of fun learning? Games, quiz. Anyone can take part. Enjoyable, less stress, drama, arts, song. Nowadays, can students with TikTok, they can start memorizing songs already. Role play. All right. Okay. I think all of you must have been so energized after the Hari Raya, kan? After all the rendang and the lemang. All right. Now I would like to continue. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, dear teachers who are with us, maybe we have some officials from JPN, from PPD who are with us, and also teachers especially. So teachers, do you know that this is the fifth year that eKelas is supporting the highly immersive program by the Ministry of Education? Last year, we received 5,356 entry submissions. I repeat, 5,356 entry submissions from 1,523 schools throughout Malaysia. Can we beat that this year? The numbers are encouraging. Thank you for your support. To those of you who participated with us last year, thank you so much. We are hoping that this year we will be getting more entry submissions from your students, aiming at creating a highly immersive, language-rich environment that promotes the use of English in all schools. Now let me see if my boss is here. Okay, she is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, cikgu sekalian, I would like to invite Puan Mariam Bevi Bacha, Maxis Chief Corporate Affairs Officer, to give a short speech and launch the event. Dipersilakan, Puan Mariam.
Thank you, Herman. Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Thumbs up.
Can, all right.
Yes, all right.
Very good. Okay. First of all, Yang Berusaha Dr. Kalminder Kaur, Deputy Director, English Language Training Center, ELTC, Ministry of Education, Malaysia. Yang Berusaha Teacher Emily Shafira Zamrud from SMK Alor Janggus Alustar Kedah. Representatives from the State and District Education Department and teachers from across the country. Sorry about that. Yeah. And our implementation partners, Evolution Enterprise and KL Shakespeare Players, Team Maxis, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera to all. Hopefully everyone had a good Hari Raya break last week. Having said that, as it is only the second week of Hari Raya celebration, and I would like to take this opportunity to wish Selamat Hari Raya to all who are celebrating, and thank you for joining us today this afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the launch of the eKelas HIP StoryFest competition 2023, from wherever you are connecting with us from all over the country. First of all, I would like to thank Yang Berusaha Dr. Kalminder for joining us. It is certainly a privilege to have a person who's driving the highly immersive program in MOE with us today. And I'm proud to share that Maxis eKelas has been a strategic partner to the MOE in supporting the implementation of HIP since 2019. So our special thanks to the Sports, Co-Curricular and Arts Division, or BSKK, for the trust placed in Maxis and in us to continue to recognize eKelas as one of the outreach initiatives for HIP. Last year, we had more than 5,300 submissions in our HIP StoryFest competition, and we definitely look forward to get more students to participate and benefit from HIP this year. Now that we are bringing the eKelas HIP StoryFest competition for 5th year, I believe some of the teachers here have already registered into the eKelas portal. And I'm pleased to share that we just launched the enhanced eKelas portal and the app end of March to give a better user experience to all eKelas users. So to those who haven't registered, please take this opportunity to register into eKelas portal or just download the app. So we are continuing to enhance the features for the app, including the teachers page to support students and teachers in teaching and learning. So to date, more than 75,000 students have registered on eKelas portal, and we want more students and teachers to benefit from Maxis eKelas. And also for the benefit of everyone, allow me to give you a brief recap of what eKelas program is all about and our latest updates. So eKelas is a Maxis flagship community program. It is an after-school digital learning initiative for Year 4 to Form 5 students. So eKelas basically offers support for 3 core subjects, mathematics, English and science, with content that align to national syllabus. And I'm happy to announce that starting this year, we will offer 2 more new subjects into eKelas, which are Bahasa Melayu and Sejarah for Form 4 and Form 5 students. So focusing on eKelas HIP StoryFest competition 2023, we are bringing the theme of sustainable development goals to the forefront from teachers and students. So in today's world, where the topics of climate change, biodiversity, and quality of education have become a part of a mainstream conversations. So we feel that we can play a role in creating more awareness about these important topics to our children. So we have lined up more workshops to support students participating in this competition. So we will give a glimpse into one of the fun workshops for students by our partner, KL Shakespeare Players. So most importantly, complementing their learning at school, students will get experience learning English in an immersive manner, and hopefully with that, help them to become more confident in speaking in English. So not to forget, lots of exciting prizes to be won. To all teachers here today, we look forward to your support to encourage participation by your students. Good luck and all the best. Thank you. Over to you, Herman.
Thank you very much, Puan Mariam. All right, okay. Thank you to Puan Mariam also for bringing the program to everyone, to all the students in Malaysia. Selamat Hari Raya, Puan Mariam. Okay, now as Puan Mariam, time is quite limited. We would like to have maybe a group photo, boleh Puan Mariam, with our panelists, Dr. Kalminder Jeet Kaur, or Dr. Mindy from ELTC. We have Teacher M from all the way from Alostar, Dr. Mindy from Cyberjaya. Dr. Mindy, you're from Putrajaya. Puan Rolaili is just next door from me. She's in a different room. Puan Mariam in a different room. Okay, let's have maybe give a bigger smile, the brightest smile, the Hari Raya smile. Okay, let's have a group photo. Everyone smile. To those of you, please screenshot. My biggest smile. All right, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. All right, thank you. Now we shall be...
Smiling now.
Thank you very much, Maria, once again.
Thanks, Herman. Yeah.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cikgu, teachers, yeah, our officials from MOE, from PPD, from JPN, Dr. Mindy from ELTC. Now, let us kickstart our event today. We have prepared a panel discussion. Tapi santai-santai aja, right? It is very light discussion, right? Panel discussion with 3 esteemed guests that you have already saw just now to talk about this year's theme for the HIP StoryFest competition. Right? We are proud to present to you this year's HIP StoryFest competition, as the competition revolves around the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG. So the concept of SDG is broad, right? But this serves as a kickstart to create the awareness about the Sustainable Development Goals to the community of teachers and students. We are focusing on 6 SDGs this year, which are SDG 3, good health and well-being, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 13, climate action, SDG 14, life below water, SDG 15, life on land, SDG 16, peace and justice. So today we have our first panelist, Dr. Kalminda Jit Kaur, Deputy Director of ELTC, English Language Training Center. Second panelist, Cikgu Emily Shafira Zamrod, Guru Edufluencer 2.0, YouTube, a teacher M, an English teacher from SMK Alo Jambus, Alo Star Kedah. And our third panelist, my esteemed colleague, Puan Nurlaili binti Muhammad, Senior Specialist, Corporate Affairs, Maxis Berhad, to talk about a topic on leveraging HIP to educate students on SDGs. Right. So now, welcome everyone. Let me see, is everyone on the screen? All right, everyone on the screen already, because I'm reading my screen, kan? Okay, now thank you for joining us today. So, kita nak tanya lah, So our competition revolves around sustainable development goals, kan? So before we start, maybe I would like to ask these 3 ladies if you can share briefly about your thoughts on educating students about the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, let me start with siapa ni? Dr. Mindy. Dr. Mindy. Hi, Dr. Mindy. You're on mute, Dr. Mindy.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How's everyone?
Yeah.
Hello, teachers out there.
Thumbs up lah sikit. Ada heart lah. Ada yang dapat heart ni. Okay, Dr. Mindy, we only have 3 minutes. I can...
That means I have to speak really fast. Okay. Okay, how can schools, teachers, students leverage on HIP to educate students on SDGs? So a little bit about the SDGs first. The SDGs generally are 17 goals which have been adopted under the Agenda 2030 by countries in the United States, and all these 17 goals, their main focus is to transform the world we live in into a happier, healthier, and a more prosperous place, in order to ensure that all of us experience a life that is full of good quality, in an environment that is clean, safe, and protected, and no one is left behind in this process. So this is Maxis eKelas HIP StoryFest competition by Maxis focuses on a number of themes, as mentioned by Herman just now, 6 themes that are drawn from the SDGs. So to me, the very interesting question here is going to be how teachers and students can leverage on HIP activities to educate students on the SDGs, and how can we, through the HIP activities, help achieve the goals of the SDGs. Now, we are all aware that the HIP encourages teachers and students to conduct activities both in class and out of class, as well as outreach activities. And all of these activities, they are delivered using the English language. And one of the aims of HIP is to strengthen students' confidence in using English language in the classroom. Now, the HIP out of class as well as outreach activities are one of the most fantastic gateways to help educate students and to raise students' awareness of the SDGs and how everyone can help achieve the goals of SDGs and to support the HIP StoryFest competition. Now, some of the activities that students and teachers can engage in order to support the SDGs can include conducting campaigns, conducting workshops on environmental issues, such as how to keep the environmental clean and how to engage in recycling activities. So now you can engage students in activities such as using recycled materials to create models, to decorate school murals. Students can be trained to organize community-based projects that involve the community. So get parents involved, get agencies involved, and activities such as these can include projects like keeping the environment and neighborhood clean, holding a cleanliness campaign. There can be talks, there can be surveys being done by students and teachers on the rising global temperatures, which is also a focus of one of the 6 SDGs under the StoryFest, and how to combat climate change. You can even engage reputable influencers, people in authority who you can invite to schools, to the PPDs, to the JPNs, to talk and to emphasize on the need to focus and how to combat weather issues, both in the home as well as in the communities. And students can also be asked to involve themselves in Green Day projects. Each student can plant a tree, contributing to a better environment. And this also is in support of the SDG goal, especially the one related to life on land, well-being of the environment and people. Students can be asked to develop portfolios on underwater animals, create dialogues, do a drama on raising awareness of extinct sea animals, how to reduce water pollution, and lots of outreach activities can also be done with engagement with outreach partners by schools, such as the Forestry Department, the WWF Malaysia. And in support of all these activities mentioned above, students will start to look for information, communicate, they will work as groups to organize workshops, campaigns, events, drama. They will read books from online, books as well as newspapers documenting all these environmental issues and social issues. And students can write the experiences of these projects in journals, narrate them, talk about them, experiences that they are going through, and they themselves can become storytellers and develop documentaries. So indirectly, all of these lead and promote skills such as collaboration, communication, teamwork, leadership, which are all the aims of HIP and also the aims of the SDGs. And the most important, the last one, is that students are encouraged to engage in using the English language when they do these activities. So in this regard, HIP through out of class and outreach activities will easily pave the way for educating students on the SDGs. So I think that's all I can share. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mindy. See, Dr. Mindy is delivering her message from the MOE point of view, kan? Okay, so now, later on, I will go on and ask, maybe a short one, Teacher M. So maybe a short one. What do you think about that question just now? Let me just read it back to you. Right. What are your thoughts on educating students about the Sustainable Development Goals?
All right. Assalamualaikum and hi Harman, our moderator for today, and everyone here. Thanks so much, Maxis eKelas. It's such a great pleasure for me to be here on this beautiful evening at HIP StoryFest 2023 launching. to share some of my thoughts and opinions about the integration of sustainable development goals in education, which I believe could actually promote towards a meaningful as well as a lifelong learning experience for quality education. I do believe that the integration of SDG in lessons and other learning activities such as school activities is appropriate to help pupils understand the connection of these issues and how they can relate this to their daily lives. You see, it can also develop critical thinking and problem solving. By learning about SDG, pupil, I think, can literally become agents of change and contribute to achieving to a more sustainable, eco-friendly way of living.
Amazing answer. Thank you so much, Teacher M. Okay, Nor Laili, from Maxis' point of view, come on. Let's share your enthusiasm running this program, Maxis eKelas. We have been doing this since 2015, Nor Laili? You're on mute, Nor Laili.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It's a subject that you're passionate about.
Very.
And you know, I heard what Dr. Mindy has said, what Teacher Emily has said. Like, oh my God, we can see the passion, we can hear the passion in educating our children on SDG. From Maxis' point of view, right? SDG is fantastic goals that have been put out there for the world to come together and say, okay, these are the priorities, these are the things that we can work towards together. So we feel that as a company for Maxis, especially the SDG on quality education, that is something that is close to our heart. And that's why all of our efforts in giving back to community has always been about supporting education. And we are thankful to have this opportunity to work together with MOE so that we can bring the impact to many, many more students and teachers and the whole of the education sector. So yes, that is what we feel about this subject. Over to you, Herman.
I'm on mute. Okay, thank you so much, Lily. So you guys can hear her passion, her enthusiasm in driving this program, driving all of us to work for Maxis eKelas together. All right, let me continue on. Let me book up my script. Okay, thank you for your responses, ladies. Okay, so this panel discussion today aims to create awareness about the 6 SDGs that are promoted in this year's competition. Maxis wanted to create this awareness to help teachers and students to understand the global challenges and in a way helping them address the issues. We also wanted teachers to understand the relevance of this theme to ensure students find it meaningful in the process of developing their entries or submissions. Now, Herman leads the panel discussion. The script says here. Now, first panelist, Dr. Mindy or Dr. Kalminderjit Kaur, Deputy Director of ELTC. Dr. Mindy, from ELTC point of view, in what ways do you think HIP in schools can incorporate the concept of SDGs in shaping students to become a global citizen? Maybe we can unmute Dr.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So actually in the introduction just now, I had mentioned a few things, but to add on to how can HIP help students become global players? Basically what we're looking at here is that how can students contribute towards helping achieve the goals of the SDGs. So here, I think we are looking at how teachers and students can engage in lots and lots of out of class as well as outreach activities. And in this sense, we are looking at things like workshops. We are looking at things like competitions. We are looking at working with communities and agencies, and how teachers can organize projects where students are able to leverage on the use of the English language, because that's what it is all about, how students use the English language. and how they can engage in projects that are meaningful both to them as well as the school that they live in, meaning that whatever projects you do as a global player, at the end of any activity, any project, any workshop is the outcome, and the outcome should be something that will benefit not only the students but also the school community as well as the community outside the school. So if you're looking at supporting the SDGs and how students can actually assist to achieve these goals, then they can engage in activities like helping life on land. How do you look at the issues that we are facing on land today? Things like environment, the weather, all right? So maybe they can engage in things, projects like getting and working with the community, working with the forestry departments to engage in activities like plant a tree for a student. You know, an example that I mentioned in my opening just now. So in order, for example, in order to do this project, the teachers and students will first of all need to come up with guidelines, and then they will need to engage. So they're learning communication, they're learning partnerships, they're learning how to communicate, and they're learning how to acknowledge people of different levels and different authorities. So in this way, they are also learning leadership skills, okay? And at the same time, they are helping the environment by planting trees, by preserving whatever trees there are on land. And if they're looking at other things such as life underwater, they can, they can do studies on what are the animals that live underwater. They can visit some of these aquarium centers to learn more about underwater world, and then come up with portfolios, and then come up with recommendations, suggestions on how they as students, how their school and how the community where the school resides can take actions to assist in attaining the sustainable development goals. And of course, one of them,
if I may ask you, because this is panel discussion, so you think, right? So you think by this HIP, the highly immersive program, right, by MOE, incorporating the concept of sustainable development goals. So you think that Malaysian students has the ability to become a global citizen?
Definitely, I believe.
Yes.
I believe that they have this ability. In fact, we are already having lots and lots of students who currently are looking at things at a very global stage, meaning that our students, they're very advanced in the sense that it is very easy for them to pick up and to learn new things. And with the the advancement and the fact that we have technology in place, and this technology is actually assisting and helping our students, and with lots of scaffoldings that teachers give them on how to access information, and not just access information, but also how to sieve and select the right information. Our students are able to actually engage as global players. They are able to contribute. They're able to contribute their views, they're able to contribute their thoughts, and they're able to pen their words on paper to share with everyone what their stand is on certain issues related to their world, where they live, their school, their home, their parents, their environment. They're able to engage in all this. So yes, I believe that our students are easily able to become global players.
I'm very excited about your enthusiasm and your motivation, right? And I think, Lily, I think if you may share with me, on behalf of Maxis, with 516 teachers here on this Zoom platform, and 150 more, I think about 200 plus are in YouTube channel live, YouTube live now, Maxis eKelas YouTube live. I think all these teachers, all these 700, 800 teachers would agree with what Dr. Bindi said. And please, help us and join us Maxis eKelas is free or open to all the students, and we also via this HIP program would like to promote. I mean, look at, if the students are watching, look at Uncle Herman here, I can speak English like this because I like English, so we want to promote the usage of English amongst the students in your schools, right? Thank you, Dr. Mindy. Thank you very much. So now going to Cikgu Emily Shafira. Nama dia Cikgu Emily Shafira tau, but dia punya nama glamour dia is Teacher M. How lah like this kan? All the way from SMK Alo Janggus Alo Star. Alright, selamat hari raya Teacher M.
Thanks,
Okay, Teacher
Herman.
Sama-sama, you're welcome. All right, Teacher M. So just now we already heard, from the POV. Kalau budak-budak TikTok kan, dia kata POV, the point of view from ELTC, from MOE. So Cikgu Emily, or fondly known as Teacher M, as I mentioned just now, from Alostar, is also the school's HIP coordinator. So a quick question, quick answers, Teacher M. First question. How have you used HIP or English lessons in school to educate students on the SDG, right? And then second question, I can repeat that later, but I just want to let you hear it first. Where do you find or access interesting and interactive resources to educate students on SDG? First question first, have you used HIP or English lessons?
Okay, thanks, Herman. Interesting question from you. As the teacher coordinator for highly immersive program in my school, together with my committee members, which are among the teachers, and also we have committee among the pupils, we plan to have the sharing of knowledge through digital content, the usage of technology, just like what mentioned by Dr. Mindy just now. So we produce digital content such as digital posters and videos, where these may include topics on creating awareness towards having sustainable lifestyle. We consider this as an outreach approach, as these posters and videos could be shared widely with others via social media, and most importantly, they are sustainable. And we also have a program known as a tea break interview, which is part of our HIP activities, to invite among the teachers and pupils to share their thoughts and opinions, and this can include elements related to SDG, talking about the importance of energy saving, climate changes, as well as water crisis, for example. And the SDG understanding and awareness actually can be taught in various ways, through project-based learning, just what we mentioned by Dr. Mindy just now. The message can be conveyed through artistic and aesthetic approaches, such as through art competitions, sports, role play, poetry recitation, as well as storytelling, just like what is going to be organized by Maxis eKelas. Okay, through this StoryFest that can illustrate and highlight the importance of sustainable development goal. We may create stories on ways on how to reduce, maybe how to reduce carbon footprints, or how do human or other living things suffer due to the global warming. Yeah, and I see here teachers should become a role model for pupils in reaching towards achieving the SDG. A few elements can be incorporated in lessons based on the topic that teachers are teaching. For example, in school, we have a topic on a place to call home. So from this topic, teachers can raise the awareness on the importance of, for example, water saving. Rainwater harvesting is one of them, which most of us do not really apply this method at home. So they don't just learn about this new eco-friendly behavior, but the pupils are also exposed to the new terminology of rainwater harvesting. It is obvious here that the integration of language and environmental education that teachers can actually inculcate in their lessons. And another step taken by me was making great use of the digital tools, of course, because I'm the digital icon teacher, producing learning materials through digital content, such as where I produce videos, presentation slides, worksheets, and quizzes. And these materials could actually assist the teachers in many, many ways because they are sustainable. It can be edited from time to time according to the pupils' interest and level of proficiency. And the advantages same goes to the pupils, where they are able to access to the materials at any time and anywhere. We know that moving towards the Internet of Things, we are equipped with so many applications, right, via online, in creating interactive and attractive material which are more sustainable rather than using the conventional way, traditional way methods such as chalkboards, whiteboards, or even mahjong papers, which would finally inquire us to cut down more trees. Right? Do you agree with me, Herman?
I'm like, this is where I can use the word irony, right?
Yeah,
This is
we
where
don't
I
want
learned the usage of words irony, because we wanted to promote SDG, but yet we are going towards there. But that's very interesting. Okay, now teacher M, I think a lot of these teachers will be questioning. I mean, in fact, for the past 2-3 years, like you said that there's so many information available out there, right? So what kind of platforms do you use? I'm very excited to know.
Okay, well, talking about platform, I mostly use my platform, which I have my own YouTube channel, English Made
Okay.
Possible. Do subscribe.
Okay.
Well, talking about teaching aids and resources, nowadays teachers are exposed and surrounded with lots of interesting and attractive resources just at fingertips. There are piles of materials which teachers can get via social medias, library as well from home as a realia to show to your pupil. For example, like I can just record myself carrying an eco-friendly bag with fashionable outfits. So that would attract the pupil as well, right? So they would,
Yes.
that will actually inculcate the moral values of carrying the eco-friendly bag instead of having plastic bags. And to add to that, we can actually adapt and adopt this awareness through TV series like National Geographic, films, or even songs. Okay, just like what Dr. Mindy mentioned earlier, so just now. Most of the things that Dr. Mindy have explained to us, but I just rephrase it. Okay.
Dr. Mindy ni dia macam, she's like our grandmother of the English up there, kan? She's like, okay, you guys must do this and must learn how to do this in a good way, Dr. Mindy, in a good way. I'm just kidding.
Really the same way, So that's why I like to add like the adaptation of sustainable development goals through movies will help a lot. Okay, watching the movies, for instance, in the animated movie Finding Nemo, where pupils can be shared with emotions of Nemo's dad when he was unable to find his lost son. This can be related to the situations of how frustrating it is to the sea creatures when their habitat is being attacked and harmed by human. This element will create sensitivity among our pupils to not do things that might harm the ocean lives, right? Pity them. And also, talking about the life on land, the elements of in the movie Madagascar, where the group of animals like the lion, the zebra, and a few more animals, which I couldn't remember, okay, they struggle to go back and live in the wild, Okay, this shows how the nature should be preserved for all these living things to live harmoniously in their own ecosystem. When they arrived in the wild, they were so happy. They were singing the song, I like to move it, move it. You remember the song? Yeah, they were so excited to be able to go back to the wild because they do not want to stay in the zoo, okay, in the big city, in the zoo. Besides, through the songs also, the singing activity is surely enjoyable to the pupils. Okay, we have songs that we can integrate with the element of sustainable development goals. For example, like the song by maybe Michael Jackson, like Heal the World, like heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race, right? This could inculcate a good message on how should we protect our Mother Earth, right? And most of the pupils are aware about the recycling program, about the reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, cara lama macam dah terbiasa, right? Oh, I speak in Malay pula. So it is my role as a teacher to expose them to something new, like having an eco school program through HIT, where we can hold a campaign to overcome the issue of marine litter and exploitation of the oceans, where we can imagine in the movie like Finding Nemo kan, because I love the movie Finding Nemo, where the fish Dory has a short-term memory, yet it still remember the spot of where she needs to find her food and shelter. So pupils can be taught about these negative effects of marine litter to the ocean life. So we can personify other elements with the human life. As a teacher also, I realized a lot of open burning still being done among the communities. So this message should be conveyed to the pupils through awareness campaign, so that they could go home and remind their parents, their neighbors. You know, some of my neighbors also, they're still doing the open burning. So we have to remind them about this. And one more thing, I think this is partly important, that they can also be highlighted about so many children around the world who are suffering due to war crisis, and how we can actually provide a helping hand by inculcating remote learning experience, okay, like through the content videos, digital content that we can share to these unfortunate kids all around the world, so that all of us globally in terms of education will be equal, safe, and happy.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Teacher M. I think that was very motivational, and I think for me and Lily, whenever we go down to the schools, on ground, I think first thing first, I would like to promote to all the teachers that if you can just tell your students, do not be afraid of making mistakes. So that's also reduce waste. Do not reduce your talent, or do not reduce your skills, right? Use English, however wrong it is. Please use English. I have done many mistakes, but yet, I'm still learning. I don't want to reveal my age, but I'm still learning. Okay, so now thank you so much, Teacher M, all the way from Alustar. So to Puan Nurlaili binti Muhammad, my colleague, Senior Specialist Corporate Affairs, Maxis Berhad. Lily, we have been doing this eKelas since 2015. We have introduced highly immersive program, I think about 5 years ago. So Maxis eKelas is passionate about creating awareness of these sustainable development goals this year, right? So what resources or support is eKelas offering for teachers to integrate SDG in HIP?
Right, thanks, Herman. First of all, I just want to take my hats off to Dr. Mindy, to Teacher M. You heard so much ideas, and things that they've done, our students. Teacher M, she's just like this bursting with ideas. So many ideas she has shared. And also, I'm just also reading from the chat box here, and many of our teachers, they've done so much, in terms of creating fun activities for students to learn English in an immersive way. All right. So for us, for HIP StoryFest competition this year, in terms of resources, number one, because we are bringing our implementation partner, KL Shakespeare Players, so there will be live tutorial on a weekly basis, where they will share some of the techniques in helping the students to articulate, to whether on individual basis or on a group basis. So that is one. And then additionally, we urge teachers to register into eKelas or just download the app. So there will be content available there. We will share curated lesson plans on SDGs as samples for teachers. Probably, can just have a look and then just take it from there, or build upon there, or tweak accordingly. So those are things that straight away teachers can use. And again, taking feedback from Teacher M just now, from Dr. Mindy just now, that actually gave us a lot of ideas. If we were to curate content on SDGs, what kind of content we can help to curate, what types of content that we can help to develop and make it available on eKelas portal and app, so that teachers can just take it and then can just use the resources. Teacher M just now share about the use of movies, songs, role plays, to create content for students. So these are definitely very good feedback. some things that we can take on board, so that as we move along in the future, we can create content in this area and make it available for teachers. Yep. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Lily. So, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, cikgu-cikgu sekalian, all the teachers in here, I hope you guys are already inspired and motivated to, after hearing from Dr. Mindy, from Teacher M, from Lily, right? From Mulai, okay? So it is actually possible for us to integrate SDG in HIP. We like Teacher M just now, Lily, I just echoing what you said just now. She has a lot of ideas, bursting with ideas, and I believe all our audience today, all the teachers, you guys are our orang kata, you guys are our catalysts out there. You guys are teachers. Teachers are full of ideas. I believe you guys can help to spread the news, can incorporate SDG elements into the HIP. We don't have to, when you hear about sustainable development goals, you don't have to be afraid of it. These are the simple things in life, about water, about pollution, about earth, right? So there are many ways that we can incorporate. And here in Maxis, we would love to be able to help as much as possible. And this is our contribution to the community by helping the students to participate in the HIP competition this year. All right, let me refer back to my script. Okay. So, okay, Herman summarizes this discussion and thank all panelists. Okay, Herman have already summarized, I think, I hope. And on behalf of Maxis eKelas team, right, we would love to, convey our heartiest appreciation, our heartiest thank you to ELTC, Dr. Mindy. Thank you very much to you, to your team in ELTC for supporting us, as Puan Mariam said just now, my boss said just now, you guys, we wouldn't be able to bring out this program without the support from MOE, from ELTC, from your team. Thank you very, very much. And also Teacher M, thank you so much for your enthusiasm, for your guidance. Your sharing is a peer, kan? So we have Dr. Mindy, we have Teacher M, and here we are, okay, Mulai on behalf of my team, our team in eKelas, sharing how we need. Thank you so much, teachers. So teachers, we're not done yet. We have our macam-macam lah, ya Allah. Thank you to all of you guys. Thank you so much. Please support us. Please support us. Tak susah. Just get your students to join our English language competition, because I think I have my colleague shortly who will be explaining about the mechanism of the program, right? So I heard about something PAJSK that she might be talking about later on, and we from Maxis also would like to give some interesting prizes, hint. So to all the students, please participate. So without further ado, allow me to introduce all of you guys to one of the teacher of eKelas. Okay, cikgu. Kita ada cikgu siapa ni? Saya nak jemput cikgu jenis ke? Saya nak jemput cikgu jenis Cikgu jenis Chong ke?
Saya.
Cikgu jenis Chong. Mana dia? Ya, itu dia. Apa khabar cikgu jenis Chong? How are you?
I'm good, Herman. Thank you for moderating the interesting panel discussion just now.
My pleasure. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Herman will take a break for a while. Okay, because when I learned a new word also from this all online kan. Dia kata bio break. It's a very proper way for us to say, okay, excuse me for bio break. I need to go for my bio break. So in the meantime, to all the teachers in this group, on YouTube live, please enjoy your session with Cikgu Janice. I will be here watching all of you. Okay, and please share your enthusiasm with us via your chat. Belum habis lagi the great sharing ni. Now the great sharing goes. Okay, over to you, Janice. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Herman. Thank you so much for the teachers who have been with us since 2 o'clock until now. So we have listened to a very interesting panel discussion on how we can integrate HIP in our lesson. Banyak idea I see from the chat that if I am still a teacher, I used to be a teacher. If I am still a teacher, I will curi all these ideas and bring back to my school. Okay, now teachers, for this year, for today, we are launching the HIP StoryFest 2023. And in my part here, I'm not only going to tell you what the competition is about, we will be going through a simulation, a simple workshop that your students will be going through throughout this competition period. So stay tuned for that workshop, which will be coming up very shortly. But before that, let me share with you briefly what is special about this year's competition. So for this year, we are focusing solely on oral, okay, lisan sahaja. Last year, I remember we have essay writing. So for this year, it's solely on oral. We have storytelling for individual category. And even more special, we have mini drama for group category. I saw in your chat, you do have dramas with your student as part of your HIP activities in school. Perhaps that drama can be submitted for the competition this year. We'll never know. So because we are focusing only on oral category this year, that is why we're bringing back KLSP or KL Shakespeare for the second year in a row for them to run through certain workshops to prepare your students on how to berdrama dengan bestnya, so that they can submit their video for the competition. So who do we have for today? So for today, just for today, we have Johnny. So Mr. Johnny from KL Shakespeare Player. So, but in all our workshop by them throughout the competition period, we'll have Mr. Johnny and team. Just for today, we have Mr. Johnny from KL Shakespeare Player. He has been performing arts in the performing arts for over 30 years. And they have run many workshops, not only for adults, but for students as well. So today we are going through with Mr. Johnny on how we can use certain elements like power, pitch, and voice to bring out the dramatic side of us. Okay, Mr. Johnny, are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
Okay,
Thank you very
over
much,
to you.
Janice. Thank you, Janice, and it's great to be here again. Yes, my name is Johnny, and I am from KL Shakespeare Players, and we are very happy to be part of Maxis eKelas again this year, assisting with the HIP StoryFest competition. So let's have a look at what we'll be doing. In just a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be starting our 4 online workshops, and these will be to help your students prepare for storytelling or creating a mini drama. Of course, they may have lots of ideas, they may not, but we're going to be looking in the first session at what's the story, how to structure what you want to present so that it can really work as a story or a drama. After that, we'll be looking at one person, many voices. This is where we will be looking at how one person can make many voices so that they can create an appropriate mood or sound like one of the characters that they are trying to portray in their storytelling or that they are acting in their drama. So it's bring your story and your characters to life. In our third session, we will be doing look and move. So having worked on the voice, we'll then be looking at the physicality. How do you appear on screen? Whether it's storytelling or acting, we want to make sure that the characters work physically. And then our final session will be get it together. This will be where we look at everything that we have presented to the students over the previous sessions and how it can all work together so that it can become something that can be performed, but also we'll be adding some tips on the rehearsal and practice that can be done before you actually commit to recording something to submit in the workshop. So making it all work with tips for practicing. Of course, our sessions will be thinking about these areas, the sustainable development goals that we've heard so much about today, these particular 6 goals. The storytelling will be looking at life on land, life below the water, and peace, justice, and strong institutions, whilst the mini drama will be focusing on quality education, particularly the area of bullying, as well as climate action, looking at the environment, and also good health and well-being. And so these are the areas that we want your students to really be thinking about, how they can tell a story or create a drama that either is based on perhaps a real life experience, something they know of, something even from history, or it can be from their observations, or it can be a fairy tale or a folk tale that works with one of these subjects. So with that in mind, let me give you an example. I was really pleased to hear earlier from teacher Emily about recommendations to think of stories such as Finding Nemo and Madagascar. And so I'm going to share a story with you now, the kind of story that we would use in our online workshops. And this one is to be linked with quality education, particularly bullying. See if you can spot the link as I tell you this story quickly. The story is the story of the elephant and the mouse. Well, the story begins with the mouse. And the mouse lived in a field, and in that field there grew many, many beautiful flowers. The mouse was so happy to be living there with all the flowers growing around her. What a beautiful place to live. But quite often the elephant would come stamping through that field. The elephant, with its size and strength, was not concerned about little mice. And as it stamped through the field, it took no concern over what it might be treading on. And so when the elephant left the field, the mouse that had been enjoying the beauty of the flowers was now surrounded just with petals. Petals that had broken off as the elephant had stamped its way through the field. And the wind would come along and blow even those petals away until the mouse was left with nothing but just the green of the field. No colors, no beauty. And oh, how upset she was about this. And as she wondered about this, she thought to herself, could I go and speak to the elephant? Is it possible that the elephant would listen to me? That elephant doesn't seem to really care, but I will be brave. I'll go and tell the elephant what is happening, and maybe the elephant will be able to correct his behavior. Well, the elephant, let's look at the elephant again. Of course, the elephant is so big and so strong, and the elephant knew this about himself, so much so that he didn't really care for anyone who appeared to be small or weak. And so when the mouse came up to him and said, please, please, will you tread carefully when you are destroying the beautiful flowers? The elephant said, why should I care? Why should I worry about someone as small as you? I will go where I like. I will do what I want. And the mouse said, please, if you do this little thing for me, then maybe I could do something for you. And the elephant laughed, saying, what can a little mouse like you do for someone like me? And with that, it lifted up its foot, and the mouse was scared and thought that it was going to be stomped on by the elephant. And so the mouse ran away. However, as the elephant continued on its journey deep into the forest, it didn't notice that a trap had been set for it. A rope came and wrapped itself around the legs of the elephant, then another, then another, then another, and another, until the elephant was completely caught. It couldn't move. The elephant called out for help, but because the elephant was so strong and so proud, many of the animals were scared of the elephant, and no one wanted to come and help, apart from the mouse. And when the mouse came and saw the elephant wrapped up in the ropes, well, she felt sorry for the elephant, but being a mouse, she could help. Using her teeth, she was able to bite through the ropes and set the elephant free. Oh, how happy the elephant was to be free again. And the elephant said, oh, I see now how a little mouse can help me. I may be big, I may be strong, but even I can get into trouble. And I am sorry, mouse, for thinking of you as being worthless. I tell you what, in gratitude for the way that you have helped me, I promise that from now on, I will walk carefully when I come through your field. And I will make sure that I do not stamp on your beautiful flowers. And so the flowers were able to grow again, and the mouse was able to enjoy the beauty because now the elephant was thinking carefully about its actions and the effects that its actions were having on everyone. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed that story. That's a story that perhaps you could see has some aspect of bullying addressed within it. The whole nature of being aware that even though we might think of ourselves as big and strong, that we should not therefore think of everyone else as having no value, of not being important. There is, of course, something that we can all contribute in life and to our community. Okay, so now I've told you that story, let's have a look at how we will use such a story to teach storytelling in one of our sessions. I'm going to refer to our session One Person, Many Voices and show how you can bring a story to life and the characters to life by the way that you modulate, you change your voice. So when it comes to using our voice, we at KLSP highlight 4 things. You can use pause, you can use power, you can use pace, and you can use pitch. Pause, of course, is when you stop talking for a moment to create perhaps a moment of drama or to give the audience the time to think about something. We're going to leave that today because time is quite tight. So we're going to focus on 3 of these elements, which are power, pace, and pitch. Let me just quickly explain what I mean by these. By power, I mean how loud or quiet your voice is. Pace is how fast or slow you speak, which is why I have a speedometer there. And pitch is how high or low you place your voice. So think of those 3 things, and we're going to look at how we could apply these to try to make some characters that are more interesting in our story. Let's look at the elephant first. Now, with the elephant, if we're thinking about the power that we should use when we are doing the voice of the elephant, what do you think? Should it be louder or quieter? Now, when we do this in our sessions, we of course get the students to be interactive with us and use the chat box. So I'm asking you here, can you put into the chat box, what do you think the elephant voice should be if we are focusing on power? Should we use more power or less power for an elephant's voice? You put something in the chat box there. I'm looking at the chat box now. So let's see, more power, more power. Now, why is that? Why are you thinking that you should use more power for an elephant? Can you give me a reason why? Because an elephant is a powerful creature, because it's big, yes, because it's loud. So if we use more power, we can show that it is mighty. Yes, the elephant is a big animal, it's massive. More power helps us to show its size. Okay, so let me give it a try. The elephant said, "What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me?" So if I give it more power, I would do it like this. "What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me?" Of course, if I gave it less power, it would be more like this. "What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me?" I think more power is certainly working better there. The louder for the elephant, because it gives the idea of strength. If we use less power, the elephant seems more weak, doesn't it? Seems like the elephant perhaps is worried about creating too much sound, and that doesn't sound like the way an elephant would speak to me. Okay, thank you for all your ideas here. Let's go to the next one, which is pace. Pace. When an elephant speaks, do you think an elephant will speak faster or slower? If I was to say, "What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me?" Should I speak faster or slower? Most people are saying slower. Why is that? Why do you think of slow as being appropriate for an elephant? Because it helps to show the large size again. Yes, larger creatures tend to move more slowly, especially if we're comparing an elephant to a mouse. It emphasizes the power, gives a sense of the huge size. Thank you for all of these responses. So let me try it. I'm going to do it slowly. What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me? Okay, so there I am speaking more slowly. I could try it quickly, do it faster. What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me? Doesn't quite work, does it? It makes the elephant seem, again, a little more fearful, a little smaller. Okay, let's try one more then. Let's look at pitching with the pitch. So do you think an elephant's voice should be higher, higher pitched voice or lower pitched voice? What do you think? Lower pitch, everyone's saying lower pitch. And again, why is that? Why do we think of the lower pitch when it comes to an elephant? It's a giant elephant. So yes, a slow voice, a lower voice. We tend to put slower voices and lower voices together, don't we? Yes. Okay, so take in time to breathe when it's speaking more slowly. Yes, because it needs to fill up those great big elephant lungs. Okay, so I'm going to try it now to put in the low pitch together with the slow speed, together with the loud voice. So the elephant would sound something like this. What can a little mouse like you do for someone like me? Okay, is that sounding more like an elephant to you? Is that a suitable elephant voice? Yeah, okay. So now that we've done that, let's try the mouse. Now, the mouse in many ways is going to be the opposite. So what would a mouse's power be like? Would the mouse speak louder or quieter? What do you think? Thank you. Some people enjoyed my elephant. Now we're going for the mouse. Good, quieter. That's right. So the mouse will say, please, will you tread carefully? So the mouse would say that quieter. Please, will you tread carefully? Because the mouse is smaller, but also maybe the mouse is scared. Timid. Someone's put the mouse is timid. Good word. Okay, let's try now. Someone's going ahead here already saying about the pace and the pitch, but we're going to go through the slides still. So the pacing for a mouse, should it be slower or should it be quicker? How should a mouse speak? Thank you, everyone that's contributing here. Quicker. I can see this in the chat box. Quicker. Someone said slower. Okay, so we're going to try quicker. Please, will you tread carefully? You are destroying all the beautiful flowers. Okay, so I also lowered the power a little bit there. It gives a sense of anxiety. That's right. And I see that people are saying in the chat box, it shows that the mouse is afraid. A tiny mouse. Quiet voice, quicker pace, anxiety being shown. Okay, let's try one more then. Let's see. What about the pitching? Should a mouse be a lower pitch or a higher pitch? What do you think? Higher, yes, of course, because higher pitch tends to show a smaller character. So let me try the voice then. Please, will you tread carefully? You are destroying all the beautiful flowers. Now I'm going to just try that a little bit quieter. Please, will you tread carefully? You are destroying all the beautiful flowers. Okay, how was that for a mouse voice? Completely different from the elephant voice, but still we have a sound that is suitable for this character. Okay, so now that we've done that, we have chosen these two different voices based on the combination of power, pace, and pitch. Too many P words there. It's like a tongue twister. Let's have a look at what we've learned from doing this. So you can change the way you sound by varying the use of power, pace, and pitch. And the different combinations you use will help you create more interesting characters' voices for storytelling or for drama. One of the things that we like to make sure we do when we are teaching at KLSP is to try to give clarity, to make it clear. Quite often we can say to the students, sound more like an elephant, sound more like a mouse. But what we're trying to do here with the students is show them how you can sound more like an elephant, thinking of everything in terms of power, pace, and pitch. And this is a very useful set of criteria that we can apply to any character, thinking about different combinations of power, pace, and pitch. Each one can be up or down, higher, faster, slower, but when we combine them in different ways, we can create different character voices. So I hope that that has been helpful to you. That is a little insight of the kinds of things that we do and the kind of way that we work. So we just have 2 weeks before we start off on our workshops. On the 17th of May, we'll be looking at What's the Story, where we'll be getting the students to really think about what they want to say and how to say it. Then 24th of May, we'll be looking at this kind of thing, the pace and the pitch and the power. Then on the 31st of May, we'll be looking then at the body, how that is used to create those characters, whether it's storytelling or acting for drama. And then on 17th of June, we will be looking at how that can all come together, thinking about how to use the camera, how to work together well, and how to rehearse in an effective manner to really have some good practice. Well, that will be coming not just from me, but also from my colleagues. My name is Johnny, but I will be joined by Emily and by Fred, all of us from KL Shakespeare Players. And we are really looking forward to starting on this program again and taking your students through the process of learning how to do good storytelling and how to create an act in a mini drama. We're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny, for the great session. So I hope all of you have a very interesting session. There's a very interesting take on the spreading awareness and educating students on bullying through the story of the elephant and the mouse. Now in eKelas, we believe in setting our students up for success. So since our competition is focusing only on the oral competition, so only on the oral category, that is why this year we're having KLSP with us every Wednesday, starting 17 May to 7 June, online on Zoom. Students will be able to participate a 1-hour workshop together with Johnny and the team. Now, if you have taken part in their workshop last year, can you give me a thumbs up? So that I know who have actually taken part. And if you haven't, I would strongly suggest for you to get your students to join. There are teachers last year who actually used their workshop as part of their HIP activity or their English Society activity, or even use it to show it in class as part of the educational content for students. All right. So if you see just now, Johnny did an interesting take on SDG 4, which is on the issue of bullying. So if you remember, teachers, we have a quiz just now. How many SDGs are we covering in the competition? Can you share it in the chat? And let me walk you through in case you have forgotten. So we have 6 SDGs as part of the competition category. And as part of this, it is up to you. We would like to give the liberty to you to think about what kind of topic you can talk about. Either students can talk about, not you, students can talk about, but under your guidance, students can talk about, be it through their storytelling or mini drama. So can you recall what the 6 SDGs are besides SDG 4? Okay, so if you see on the screen, we have SDG 15, 14, and 13, all about the environment. We have SDG 4 on quality education, SDG 16 on peace and justice, and SDG 3 on good health and well-being. Now, what you can do as teachers is you can actually integrate this as part of your lesson in school, like what Dr. Kalminder and also Teacher M shared just now. If your students are either in upper primary or lower secondary, you can get them to tell a story or create a mini drama, creating awareness on how to care for the environment. Issues like deforestation, I remember it was covered in the textbook when I was an English teacher. It is something that your students can turn into a story or a mini drama. Or if your students are in upper secondary, for example, they're interested to talk about good health and well-being, you can get them to create a story or create a drama, a short one, to educate their peers on how to take care of their mental health, or maybe how to, not be so stressed when they're preparing for the exams. So teachers, maybe you can share in the chat, looking at these 6 goals here or 6 themes here, what kind of topic or your title your students can talk about, be it through the storytelling or mini drama. You can share some of your ideas in the chat as well. So you can take your time to think about, if my students were to take part in upper primary storytelling, live on land, what topic or title can they can talk about? So we have Cikgu Nora here talking about the environment, animals. Some talk about self-esteem. I'll be very interested to see how the story and the mini drama on self-esteem can look like. All right, so share your ideas in the chat while I move on to the next slide, where I'll be just sharing briefly. So the competition is open from 3rd May to 3rd of July. You have 2 months to think about together with your students, to work together with your students to think about what is it we're going to do through the storytelling or the mini drama. And we also have a lot of exciting activities to help students especially, so that they are prepared to submit the best video ever for the competition. And what will students get if they do participate? They will be able to not only earn PAJSK marks, so just by submitting a video, not by winning, just by submitting only, they'll get a PAJSK marks. And of course, if they win, they will get incredible prizes such as tablets and so on. And it is open to all students from year 4 up until form 5. So if you're a year 4 up until form 5 punya cikgu, you can get your students to join. Tapi paling penting, very importantly, make sure they are registered on Maxis eKelas, okay? But actually the catcher is, of course, while marks and prizes are a good incentive, what is the ultimate gain that we hope for the students to get is that for them to know that they can converse in English, they can create awareness through the HIP program, and they are in it. They are in through this competition, the learning experience of a lifetime. And for that, we wanted to share with you briefly the experience of a student. So we have here student Jenny from SMK Indapura, Johor. She is one of the winner for HIP StoryFest in 2022. And let's hear from her what is her experience in participating in the competition beyond the marks and the prizes.
Hi, my name is Chenny Prang from SMK Indapura 1, and I'm here today to share my experience in last year's HIP StoryFest competition. As an avid writer and a lover of the English language, I was excited to join the competition for a number of reasons. Firstly, the prizes were attractive, and I saw this as an opportunity to showcase my writing skills to a wider audience. Secondly, I was motivated by the continuous support and encouragement from my English teacher and family members who believe in my writing abilities. Throughout the competition, I gained valuable knowledge and skills that have helped me in my academic journey. For instance, my composition and essay writing scores in English exams have significantly improved, and this has helped me stand out as a writer among my peers. Additionally, the competition has boosted my confidence in expressing myself in the English language. I would like to invite all of you to join the HIP StoryFest competition this year. It's an excellent platform to showcase your writing skills, learn new techniques and styles, and meet other passionate writers from all over. I hope my experience has inspired you to take part, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Chenny. So like what Chenny shared, yes, the prizes are very attractive, but actually what attracts her the most is the opportunity for her to shine, for her to showcase the skills that she has through the English language. And last but not least, is also for her to also get that support and connect with the community of writers, or in today's, in this year, a community of storytellers and students are interested in dramas nationwide. And if you see the pictures on the right, those are snippets or screenshots of videos submitted by students last year. They can submit their video anywhere, anyhow, whether it's from the comfort of their home, in the bilik guru, in class, or even in the Dewan Sekolah, as long as students are given the opportunity to shine. And for this year, students not only can join individually, they can also participate as a group through the mini drama. So you've seen a lot of TikTok reels and Instagram reel, right? So let's ask our students to create meaningful reels that can hopefully earn them some PAJSK marks and also learning experience as well. So besides students, we know that at the end, who is the backbone of the students? Teacher, kalau not teacher, siapa lagi kan? So it's only through the teachers punya support and guidance yang actually help these students, give the students the platform to actually shine. So we are not forgetting the students this year. In fact, we get your feedback. We hear the comments that you gave us last year. And for this year, what we're doing is we are bringing back the Sekolahku HIP school incentive, especially for all of you teachers out there who are working tirelessly, or who are going to be working tirelessly and patiently guiding your students to submit their video for the competition. So what is the Sekolahku HIP in school incentive about? So if your school, all right, with more than 200 students, and you manage to get at least 200 students and 150 competition submission, you will stand a chance to win a prize of 1,500 ringgit. 1,500 ringgit for you teachers, especially teachers who is the main driver in the school, to use it on any HIP or English or any panel activity for your school. Now, if your school has less than 200 students, so you will need to have a minimum of 150 eKelas registration, a minimum of 100 HIP submission, and you will be getting at least 1,000 in cash money. And this cash money is for us to appreciate your effort and for you to use it back for activities in school. But there's a catch, teacher. Like you see last year, we have about 5,000 submission, a lot of schools joined. So yes, the competition is running for 2 months, but don't wait. We are only selecting the top 20 and top 10 schools. So these 2 months, make sure you're not only meeting the minimum, but you're hitting the maximum, going above and beyond 200 or 150 submission as much as possible, so that you can stand a chance to be part of the 20 schools or the 10 schools who are in it for the Sekolahku HIP. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and we will share with you. And I would like to invite Cikgu Jana. Cikgu Jana is actually from SMK side Alwi Perlis. So Cikgu Jana school actually produces 3 winners for the StoryFest competition last year, and they were also a recipient of the Sekolahku HIP incentive. So perhaps Cikgu Jana can share a little bit about your experience. How do you get the students together? How do you get the teachers to work together with you in participating in this competition? Over to you, Cikgu Jana.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurjanah binti Othman. I am a teacher of SMK Side Alwi, and I am a person in charge, also so-called coordinator for my school HIP StoryFest English competitions. So first of all, thank you very much to Maxis HIP StoryFest organizer, together with the committee of eKelas, for inviting me to do a little bit sharing on how we as an English teachers here manage to run these programs for our school. And for your information, SMK Side Alwi Perlis has been joining this competition since 2019. So it has been a long journey with the Maxis StoryFest actually. So since it was introduced in 2019, we have never failed to submit the competitions, the participations for every competition provided. And Alhamdulillah, fortunately, last year we managed to win a few places. For example, like champion for storytelling upper form, 3rd place for storytelling upper form, as well as for the poem recitations. And thank you very much, thankfully, due to our high number of participation as well as registration, we also managed to get 1,500 ringgit cash, Maxis scholarship incentive from the Maxis. So thank you very much. So from the money given, we managed to run a lot of English programs like learning walk, gallery walk at our school. And the current program that we organized was, the spelling bee competitions. So again, teachers and students, however, although this competition is not a new thing for us, we always eager to join and to join this program excitedly. The moment when we know about the announcement about on these programs. So some of you might wonder, how do we plan or manage this program every year despite of our packed schedule and lack of English teachers actually? So here's a few things that I would like to share with all of you. Number one, always share with all the members of English teacher, the members of English panels about this program. It's not an individual task, teachers. It is a teamwork effort. So we need a lot of people to cooperate, to join us. And during the meeting among the English teacher, you guys can actually divide the task. Some of the team might be in charge for the registration part. Some of the team from the teachers might be, the person in charge of facilitate the students in terms of giving them the guidelines of the competition itself. And some of the teachers might also involve in terms of the submission parts. So yes, again, cooperations and sharing session with all the English teachers is a must, is a key if you want to really succeed in these competitions. And number two, always also promote this program online. Nowadays, we have a lot of social media platforms, Telegrams, Instagrams, the current one, we have a TikTok, and many more. So use all the platforms to promote and to make our students fully understand what kind of competitions provided, how can they actually participate in the competitions. So I think that's two main ingredients, collaboration with the teachers as well as the promotions widely to all the students are the ingredients of the successful of this program. Okay.
Thank you, Cikgu Jana.
Yes.
Yeah, so I hope with Cikgu Jana sharing, it can actually give teachers a little bit of idea on how you can kickstart this. Like you say, school just started. I'm sure some of the panel have already started, your English panel have already started some of the plannings of the key activities.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And what you can do is, like Cikgu Jana said, rally the whole panel together, make this as your English panel HIP activity. It's an outreach program. You are collaborating with Maxis eKelas to actually educate your students. And we hope that you also get the learning experience and the incentive like what Cikgu Jana get through the competition last year. And I wish Cikgu Jana all the best for this year's competition. Looking forward to receiving the submissions from your students as well, Cikgu Jana.
Janice, can I add on something?
Yes, Cikgu Jana.
I would like to say thank you to our principal, Cikgu Ghazali Ahmad, for his fully support. He always support us for English panel and doing this activity, always giving us advice and also, again, fully support from the administrator, from the principal is very important for us to run this activity.
Thank you, Cikgu Jana. So first step first is to get the support from your school administrator, which I'm sure it shouldn't be a lot of problem since this is also a program that is in partnership with KPM. So students are also earning PHSK marks for their core curriculum and also learning at the same time. So now so some of you are also asking questions in the chat, which I hope we have answered as we have been going through the briefing just now. Some of you are asking what is actually SDG and can your students focus on environment? If we can go back to the, we will be releasing a teacher's kit after this, and throughout the month of May, we'll also be sharing about Sustainable Development Goal. This is a goal that the United Nations has set for countries all over the world to achieve by the year of 2030. But putting aside the term of SDG, it just focuses on taking care of the environment, taking care of ourselves, and taking care of our community. So if, let's say, I saw a teacher who asked, you're in upper primary, can you talk about the environment? Yes, you can. We have an SDG focusing on life on land. You can talk about taking care of the trees, get your students to talk about taking care of the trees through the mini video or the storytelling. So this is actually the key dates for you to remember. We started with the launch today. We will be having physical workshops in certain states and districts. If we are ever in your radar or in your states or districts, we'll let you know. Do come and find us. There will also be online workshop free for all students run by KLSP on the Wednesdays from 17 to 7 of June. Please get your students to join, and the portal will be open for submission on 22nd of May. So what do you need to do before that? No, actually not you. What do students need to do before that? They will need to make sure they register for an eKelas account first, because any submission, any lesson plan, any video or any information that will be released on the competition will be made available only on the portal. And we will keep you updated through our Telegram group, which we will share the link later. All right. And the deadline for submission is on 3rd of July. So please make sure, do not exceed 11:59 is the last timing for you. But remember, we have the Sekolahku HIP incentive. So 2 months for you to get as much registration and submission as possible. Don't wait until the last minute if you wanted to make sure you maximize your potential and your students' potential to win as well. All right. And so how do you join, or how can students join the competition? If you were to look at the next slide, all students need to do is just to sign up for eKelas. So some of the teachers asked, do teachers need to sign up for them? No, as long as the students is independent and they are able to use the laptop, they have their own email, and their parents have an email, students can sign up on their own. They do not need to get the teachers to sign up for them. Of course, for students in the primary school, like what Cikgu Jana said, maybe for students who are not well versed with internet, teachers can help the students to sign up as well. So students must have their own eKelas account to submit. All right. So, but if you're a teacher, we also encourage you to sign up so that you can see what the portal is like, and you can access all the resources that we'll be releasing for the competition firsthand before we share it to your two students. So as a teacher, it's just 3 simple steps. Sign up for an account. You just need an email, and then you receive an email activation to activate your account. That's all. 3 steps sahaja. I think it won't take more than 5 minutes of your time code. Okay. But for students, there is one additional step. All right. So not only they need to have an email and they need to activate, but students will need to get their parents' consent as well. So maksudnya apa? So when students register for an account, they will need to provide their parents' email. So then after that, Maxis will send an email to their parents, asking the parents to bagi kebenaran for the students to activate their account. Only one extra step sahaja, all right? And it's also very easy. All they need to do is just get the parents to say yes, and they can access the portal again. Don't worry if this is too much. We will be sharing with you in the coming week, together with your e-certificate, a teacher's kit guiding you step by step on how to register and how to submit your video, and how students can submit the video for the competition. Okay, so let's wrap up, teachers. What do we need to do next? Okay. So if you see here, these are just guidelines for you to submit your video, which is all made available on the portal. Only students can submit. Okay, and if you need any help, log on to eKelas, and we have all the questions, or we will answer all your questions there as well, and all the guidelines will be provided there. Okay, so we have been together since 2 o'clock until now, right? And I'm sure all of you have other panel discussion. And then we have the KLST workshop, and then Jenny's pula here talking about all the competition and what to do. Aya, where do I start? So many things. Okay, let me summarize for you in 3 simple steps, teacher. Step 1, okay? Step 1, you can actually, if this is a panel activity, or you can integrate it in your lessons in school, you can work together with your students, help them to either create their own script, okay? Or they can practice using suggested script. All right, so create your own script means you can write, it's like you can write your own script you can write your own story for the storytelling, or you can write your own script for the mini drama if your students are participating as a group. But if you feel like creating your own script is too much of a hassle, on the 15th of May, on the eKelas portal, we will be releasing suggested script that you can take and just use only. So you can submit your video submission, either storytelling or mini video, based on those scripts. Or if you feel like, I also find some useful scripts online, can I do that? As long as it's not plagiarism, that script is available to be used publicly and freely by teachers and students, feel free to use that as well. So what we want to tell you is going to make it easy for you. You can create, you can take what we have, or you can adapt from what you have found online, as long as it's free and for public use. All right. And once you have this script and your video is in drama mode or storytelling mode, get them to record their video, and then you can sign up for Maxis eKelas portal for you to submit. Okay. If you already have an eKelas account from last year, we suggest for you to log in again this year to make sure that account is still active. If somehow your account is not active or you lost it, all you need to do is just sign up in that 3 easy steps. Okay, and step 3 would be, yes, some of you asking, do we have guidelines, terms and conditions for the competition? Yes, we have. We'll be sharing all those in detail, all on the eKelas portal. So make sure you join the eKelas portal. Honestly, teacher, the eKelas portal is not only for HIP, but like Puan Mariam said just now, we have a lot of resources for other subjects as well. So those resources are something that not only students can use for their learning, we hope you can use in the classroom as part of your alat bantu mengajar as well. Okay? Okay, teachers. So If you need more information, I keep talking about the portal, but what link is it, right? So there are two ways, there are two key links you need to remember. One would be the eKelas website. The link is here. We will share in the chat as well. So this is where you can get all the information you need for HIP. This is also where you can register for an eKelas account. Okay, and we know that you don't check, maybe you don't check the portal daily, even if you have an account. So what we can do is we also have a Telegram group for all teachers on eKelas. All right, so in this Telegram group, we will give you live updates, as in on the dot update on any time we have released something new. For example, on the 15th of May, when we have new lesson plan, we will update in the Telegram portal so that you can actually get the first-hand information yourself. So please make sure you join the Telegram group so that you do not miss out on any new updates or information, and make sure you register for an eKelas account for you to be able to get your students to, for students especially, to be able to submit their submission. Right? If there's any other questions that we do not get to address now, teachers, we will put them all in a document, and we will put all the answers in that document and share on the eKelas website portal as well. Okay? It doesn't matter if your students, if your school has less than 200 students. If you're from a small school with only maybe 50 or sekolah kurang murid, it's fine. Get your students to join as well. Okay, regardless of whether your school is big or small, we do not limit the opportunity that we give the students to participate and shine. Okay, so any school size can join. Looking at the questions here, and some of the teacher asked, can the teacher act as a guardian if parents do not have an email? This is a workaround that the school can go about as well, especially for parents who do not have an email, as long as the parents are informed that their child has an eKelas account, and you are helping and you are giving that consent on their behalf. Do keep the parents informed as well. Okay, all right. Is there any other questions that we haven't managed to answer so far? Please let me know in the chat. And I think before we end, we would like to share with you this link to the feedback form. So a lot of you are asking. So this feedback form is very important for us to send you the e-certificate for today. So, and then the teacher kit, we have a kit guru where we outline all the things that you need, you can refer to guide your students to take part in the competition. If you'd like to get the e-certificate for your attendance and the kit guru, please make sure you fill in this feedback form. Make sure you key in the right email address, because everything will be emailed to the address that you've given us within 7 working days. Okay? Yeah, Cikgu Emily, if it's a low performing schools, even if you have only a few students, you can still take part. Last year, we even have schools with 1 or 2 students taking part. No worry, Sekolah Kuhib is for schools, but you can also think about, even if 1 or 2 students participate, that 1 or 2 students are having the opportunity to actually practice their oral and show their potential in storytelling and mini drama. Okay, Cikgu Emily, any schools, whether you're a small school or even you only have 1 student who wanted to join, you can get them to join as well. Okay, so I think Cikgu Ban asked if we can share the link to the certificate. Yes, we can. Okay, so we have shared it in the chat. So we are coming towards the end, teacher. Before you leave, we have 1 more minute. Please make sure you complete the feedback form before you leave the session today, because I know after you close the Zoom, kita dah lupa dah. So make sure you don't forget so that we can send you your e-certificate and the information that you need. Okay, if there's any other question, we can address them in the portal as well. All right, teachers. I think that's the end for today. So thank you for coming for the session. I will be keeping the Zoom open for 10 minutes for you to complete your feedback form. And if you have any further questions, you can actually put it in the chat and I will answer within these 10 minutes as well. For the teachers who have no other questions and have completed the feedback form, please do so before you leave. We will also share the link to the feedback form in the Telegram group, teacher. If you can click it here, please do so here as well. Thank you so much, Cikgu Aini. Looking forward to receiving your students' submission. I'm looking at all the chats here to make sure we don't miss out anything. So we have reshared the link. So Cikgu Zulkifli, the attendance form is to be completed through the feedback, to the link to the feedback form. I believe my friends have already shared the link to the feedback form in the chat, or you can also access it in the Telegram group. Thank you so much, Cikgu Puza. So we will keep this link open for another until 4:10. If you have submitted the form and you have no more questions, you can leave the Zoom and have a good evening, everybody, and a good public holiday tomorrow. Looking forward to receiving the submission from your students. And make sure you have joined the Telegram group, yeah? Thank you, Cikgu Nur Shakila. Do share with your teachers who are teaching in the mainstream session. Perhaps in the future, we can consider a special category for Form 6. That may be in the future, but thank you for your interest, Cikgu Shakila. Cikgu Mio, yes. Students from any class can join, whether they're from the first class, lower class, middle class. E-class is for students year 4, which is 10 years old, up until Form 5, 17 years old. So not only the competition, but we have many other learning resources there. Okay, so they can join the competition and they can also sign up to access all the learning resources on E-class. Cikgu Ellen, for storytelling, you don't necessarily need to create props. They can, like we shared in the screenshot just now, they can just have a simple costume. We do have marks for a little bit of props, but they do not have to make it so, it just contributes only a certain percentage on it only. So what we're looking more on storytelling is the skill, the pronunciation and all that, right? Thank you for your feedback, Cikgu Joe Jr. We will give you the e-certificate. You can actually key in under e-pembelajaran in SPL KPM. So while we cannot key in automatically for you, but you can use it under e-pembelajaran. Yes, Cikgu Ellen, the theme is the one I shared just now. So we will be providing more information on the eKelas website after this. So please join our Telegram group. Okay, teachers, will keep this link open for just another 5 minutes before we close it. So make sure you have completed the feedback form and join the Telegram group. If you cannot find any link, please let us know here. Cikgu Wani, yes, there will be a rubric for the competition, which we will be releasing on the portal on the 15th of May. So on the 15th of May, we'll share all the rubric for marking and the lesson plan, and you can access that and prepare your students accordingly, Cikgu Wani. So Cikgu Azwan asked, if the students join as a group for the mini drama, then the submission of the video will be done by one member only. Yes, Cikgu Azwan. So one member will only need to submit on behalf of the group, but later when you see in the submission form, we will ask that member to write down the names of the other 3 members or 4 members that is part of the group as well. Okay, Cikgu Azwan? Tapi all 4 students must have an eKelas account. So 1 orang wakil to submit, but we will check whether all 4 have an eKelas account or not. So make sure all 4 have an eKelas account before that wakil submit for them, yeah? Cikgu Nora asked, can lower primary use SDG for secondary school? So Cikgu Nora, since we are judging each category by each category according to a theme, we will really need you to actually adhere to the theme that we have for the particular category as well. So it's easier for us to mark and judge. Okay, Cikgu Nora? Cikgu Emily asked, the teacher kit will be sent via our email. Yes, together with your e-certificate within 7 working days. So when you see the feedback form, make sure your email address is correct because you will receive your certificate and the teacher kit there as well. Okay, so Cikgu Afika, can a primary student not from KPM school join the competition? Are you talking about private school and international school, teacher Cikgu Afika? Correct me if I'm wrong. Cikgu Kritiga asked if you can combine students from, let's say, year 4 and year 5. Yes, Cikgu Kritiga, at the end of the day, they are under the one category of upper primary kan. Upper primary is year 4 to year 6. So you can actually combine students from each year group so that they can form a mini team to create that mini drama. Different class also can, as long as they're within that drama category, yeah? Cikgu Afika, unfortunately, the competition now is open only for KPM school. Yes, only open for KPM school. Tapi all our activities, workshops, whatever that we're putting up, let's say the lesson plan on eKelas, you can use it, your students can come and join. Okay. Teacher Masihi asked for today's slide to be shared. So a portion of today's slide, which is on step-by-step on how you can register, will be inside the teacher kit, which we will email to you within 7 working days, Teacher Masihi. Okay, thank you, teacher, for the questions. If you still have any questions, I am very happy to answer. But if you're done, please enjoy the rest of your day and have a good rest tomorrow. Yes, teacher, all students who participate will get a certificate of participation as long as they submit their video and as into the submission form, the competition submission form on eKelas portal, they'll get a certificate of participation. If they win, they will get an additional e-certificate of achievement, and each of these certificate has a weight towards their PHSK marks. Okay. So they will get, if they participate, 1 e-certificate of participation. If they win, additional e-certificate on achievement. And for mini drama, it's a minimum of 2 students for a mini drama. So 2 can already do a drama already. All right, teachers, it's already 4:11. And I think if there's any more questions, we will answer in the document later. So if you have anything else, please reach out to us in the eKelas Telegram channel. So you can reach out to us there. And also please register for an eKelas portal so that we can keep in touch with you. For Cikgu Nurhayati, for the maximum number of students for a drama, it's between 2 to 4 students, yeah? All right, so with that, we'll end our Zoom session for today. Have a good break, teachers, and